It's Wednesday, I'm Brian, and here's three more book recommendations that you'll be able to find through our online catalog. As I said last week, I'll be choosing from a variety of genres and will include both fiction and nonfiction in these recommendations. First book I'm recommending is Overrun, Dispatches from the Asian Carp Crisis. You may remember viral videos from years ago that showed fish leaping out of the water to pelt boatgoers. These fish were Asian carp, an invasive species. Andrew Reeves, an award-winning environmental journalist, set out to find how the Asian carp found its way into American waters, what impact the species has had, and what's being done to stop the carp from spreading. Reeves' journey takes him all across America, from Arkansas to Louisiana, Indiana to Minnesota, even into the streets of Chicago, as he traces the Asian carp's original introduction as a means to stop the invasive weeds from growing in waterways across America. Reeves' recounting is fascinating, a sort of boots in the muck look at how fragile ecosystems are and how introducing non-native species can completely imbalance the environment. The problem with the Asian carp is that it's too good at its job, and strips the water of both problematic weeds as well as most of the lower base organisms that other fish and other water-dwelling creatures need to survive. Reeve also gives a look into how the Asian carp is being dealt with through a variety of both privately and publicly funded avenues: massive fishing efforts, electrified nets and underwater fences, and even attempts to make the Asian carp a culinary masterpiece to increase its appeal and hopefully aim businesses and anglers towards the fish. You can find Overrun as an ebook on Hoopla. My second recommendation is The Cabinet of Curiosities, a murder mystery novel by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. Technically, it's the third book in the series, but if you want to read the first two books, they are Relic and Reliquary. The Cabinet is the first of the series to feature FBI agent Aloysius X.L. Pendergast as the main character. The story starts when a construction company unearths the body of 3 dozen men and women murdered over a century ago. While the NYPD dismisses the mass grave as ancient history, Pendergast takes interest in what must have been a serial killer, and as we learn about Pendergast over the course of the book, when he takes interest in uh, something strange or odd or weird is going on. So Agent Pendergast calls in Dr. Nora Kelly, an archaeologist, to help investigate a string of serial murders from a century ago. What's more worrying is the new murders that seem to follow the same surgical precision as the bodies from the pit. Pendergast and Kelly need to work together to find a copycat killer, or perhaps an even stranger suspect. You can find The Cabinet of Curiosities and other books in the Pendergast series on Libby as ebooks. My final recommendation is The City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett, the first book in his Divine Cities fantasy trilogy. City of Stairs begins after the end. The city of Bulakov was once the ruler of a continental empire, thanks to the divine miracles given out like water by its very active patron gods. That wasn't until Sapor, a decliant state of the empire, discovered a method to kill those gods. And unfortunately for Bulakov and its citizens, once the gods disappeared, so did their miracles. 75 years later, the situation is reversed. Sapor controls much of the old empire, and the history of Bulakov and its gods is ruthlessly suppressed, and its citizens subjugated for sins committed long ago. In steps Shara Tavani, supposedly a junior diplomat of Sapor's colonial government, into this broken city. But she has a mission. As one of Sapor's foremost spies, Shara is actually sent to solve a murder of a Sapori professor. In the course of her investigation, she'll have to contend with conspiracies, supposedly dead gods, and the history of a city immersed in divine magic. You can find City of Stairs and the rest of the Divine Cities trilogy on Libby as ebooks. As I mentioned before, you can get these books and more from an online catalog, but you'll need a library card. If you don't have one, don't worry, it's really easy to sign up. You can go to our website, cmclibrary.org, and click on the link to get a library card. We just need a little information and your email address, and a staff member will get back to you quick with your own card. If you have a library card but can't remember your info, or if you have other questions or concerns about your account, also don't worry. Just send an email to reference@cmclibrary.org, and a staff member will help you. You can also find our online ebooks and audiobooks on Hoopla and Libby. Go to our main page at cmclibrary.org, click on menu, then borrow, and then ebooks. And then you'll find links to both Hoopla and Libby. These are also available as apps, so you can download them on your tablets and cell phones, and you can have your books and audiobooks on the go. I hope you enjoyed the recommendations. I'll be back soon with more. In the meantime, please keep reading, and we'll hopefully see you soon at the library. Thank you.